guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Aidan from Makeup Aidan. If you're already subscribed, welcome back guys. So for today's video, I'm going to be only using the makeup that my eldest son Aidan picked out for me, and that's what I've got to work with. So whatever he picked out, I can use. Whatever he did not pick out, I can't use. And if he didn't pick out something or I want to swap it because I don't like it, I can't do so. So that's that for this video, you guys. Let's jump right into the video. So for today's look, Aidan picked out the Wet n Wild matte primer from Wet n Wild. So I'm just going to prime my skin with this guy over here. I'm just going to spread it all over and down my neck because I do put makeup down my neck. So I like to bring my primer down my neck as well. And what I've been liking doing at the moment is, since my TikTok hack or bust, I'm going to take my jade roller and I'm just going to roll that primer in just to give my face a nice little massage as well. And then for foundation, he did pick up one of my very new foundations, which is the Maybelline Fit Me Poreless Mattifying Foundation. I do love it. My skin is tending to be a little bit oily, so I think he picked it up because he saw it was new and probably thought, oh well, my mum wants to use this, so let me get it out for her. So I'm not mad at it. Just going to give it a nice gentle massage and then just make sure it's all nice and pressed in. It just helps get the primer absorbed into the skin better, and it just works better for me. So okay, let's grab our matte Fit Me foundation and put some on our foundation palette over here. I'm not going to use too much of it. It's a very full coverage foundation, although this is more full coverage than not full coverage. And just apply this to the face. At least you picked the right shade, so although it is a new foundation, so it is, luckily I picked up the right shade when I bought it, So as I said, I'm not going to go too full coverage. My skin's kind of hating me at the moment with testing out all new products on it, so it's acting up a little bit. So I don't want to go too full coverage and ham on my skin at the moment. Let me give it a little bit of a break. But that's what I love about this foundation. You can either get a nice full coverage look, or you can do a nice neutral look, which I'm kind of living for at the moment, is a more neutral look. Okay, so he picked up, and I'm sure he did this because it's new in the drawer, the Pro Concealer HD High Definition Concealer. I did use this the other day. It's not my favorite just because of the shade, but I'm not really fussy with concealer, so I'm not mad about it. It is a nice concealer. It's just a little bit more thick than what I would gravitate towards, but it isn't terrible. So we're just going to blend that under the eye. I'm just going to grab one of my new brushes, which is a nice eyeshadow priming brush, or a nice under the eye concealer brush, which I prefer to use under the eye. It's just a nice soft little dome kabuki brush, and it just gets nicely under the eye, and it's super soft, and it just blends so quickly. I'm just going to blend this out. I mean, this concealer does blend pretty awesome. It does give it a little bit of a brightening under the eye, but nothing too crazy. So I find I'm actually glad he picked this, because now this is the second time I've used it in a row, and I do actually like it a little bit more today than I did yesterday, so that's a good thing. Okay, he did pick up a cream bronzer, which I don't really do that much because I'm tending to lean more towards oily, so, but it's fine, we'll do it today. He doesn't know that. Let me just grab my brush quick. Okay, so I'm just going to take it on the brush and just swirl it. It's just called Bronzed Shimmer. It doesn't have a brand name. And I'm just going to lightly place it down before I start blending it, basically where I want it, because it's a very warm tone. I'm not going to go too crazy with it. Just lightly bronze up the skin with it. So I'm just going to lay the product down, and then I'm going to smooth it out, or blend it out, not smooth it out. I'm actually just going to do this. The nose is just going to be a little bit easier. I'm just going to take this brush and pinch it and blend out the nose contour / cream bronze. This bronze is very fragrant. It's got a lot of fragrance in it, so it's probably why I don't really use it that often. Okay. I'm going to use my foundation brush to blend it out. It's also going to just help tone down the very warm tone that it has to it. And just make sure everything's nice and blended. Once it's blended, it doesn't look too bronzy. It's actually not that bad. If I can get past the smell, I'd probably use it again. It's not a favorite cream product of mine, but it's not terrible. So that's that. And then for powder, he picked up the loose Rimmel Match Perfecting Powder, the sky over here. So I'm just going to pop some out in the lid. And then I'm just going to use my Essence buffer and just lightly, well, press. I kind of like to press in my powder. I just find that it helps set the face for a much longer all day look. If I want this makeup to stay the whole day, it just helps keep it set for much longer. If you actually, obviously you don't go crazy and pound your face, but if you just push it in to the skin, it helps also minimize the appearance of your pores, and it literally just pushes that product in and sets your creams a lot better than just taking a fluffy brush, which I'm being living for at the moment. I did pick this up the other day and use it for the first time not so long ago, and I'm obsessed with it. I actually have 4 more coming in pretty soon, so that's pretty exciting. If you're wearing earrings, don't forget just to dust off any product that's on your earrings. Just like that, and the face is set. Now, what's next? What did he pick up? Okay, let's do our brows. He picked up, which is really interesting because he's the first one out of all my children that have picked up a brow product, which is really exciting. And he picked up the Essence brow pencil. So I'm just going to brush the brows up and then just lightly fill them in, nothing too crazy. Just give them some definition. Just like that, and do this brow quickly. Brushing up. Also, if you guys, yeah, we have hardy dolls as always, but someone's decided they're cutting the grass in the rain because it is some rainy weather outside, and somebody wants their grass cut even though it is pouring rain and the ground is wet. So we've got to deal with that. At least the chainsaw stopped because someone attempted to use a chainsaw this morning, and I'm pretty grateful that it stopped. Okay, the brows are done. Let's see what else he picked out. He has got the Too Faced Sweet Peach Glow for my blush and my highlight, this guy over here. So, and then he also picked up, which is really interesting because all three of them picked it up. I did ask him afterwards why he picked this up, and he says because all the people that I watch on YouTube use this and rave about it. So he knew that I had waited a long time to find this product. Anyway, let's bronze our skin with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. So obviously we don't have to go too intense with the bronzer because we do have the cream underneath. So we're just bringing it back to life basically. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, this butter bronzer with that cream bronzer underneath really look very nice and natural, not too crazy like I thought it would be. Okay, let's grab my blush brush and dip into the Peach Glow. I'm just going to go with a very light hand because this is super pigmented and I don't want to be too pink and look like I've come from the circus. So like that. As I'm sure you guys can tell, it is pretty pigmented and looks a bit crazy at the moment, but I have a secret weapon, this guy over here, and if you just kind of tap and pull down, you can blend any powder so effortlessly. You can even take some translucent powder and just help the blending. I mean, that's what it looks. It blends so gorgeous with this. So even though it's a very pigmented blush, it doesn't look too crazy once we've taken this blender. It's like the Tati Beauty blender full guy. It's awesome, and luckily for us, Essence has brought it out, seeing that Tati Beauty is no more. Okay, let's grab the highlighting brush. Actually, I'm going to sorry guys, I'm just throwing stuff over as always. I'm going to take from our Pro eyeshadow kit, which is a very big blending brush. They have this one as well, which I really like for the upper crease area, but let's try this guy for highlight today, because to me it looks a little bit better for a highlight than it does for an eyeshadow brush. But that's just my own personal preference. And it does, it disperses that highlight beautiful. You get a nice even highlight, natural looking highlight. I'm just going to hit up here a little bit, here, and that's that. Okay, now that that's all done, I'm going to pop into the eyes, which is an exciting part. It's literally my favorite part about makeup is the eyes. And he picked up my the Jaclyn Hill Palette X Morphe, this guy over here, which I have only used once or twice, I think. And I think I'm going to go with a more grey, neutral brown tones, like a nice neutral, soft grey brown colour look today. And I'm just going to grab this big guy over here, make sure it's clean. And I'm just going to dab into a nice transition brown, this over there. I'm just going to tap into this and just blend it all over the top part of my eye and going under the brow bone, just for a nice soft transition shade. Just like that. And now I'm going to go in with a more soft, fluffy brush. I'm going to grab this guy over here. I have some makeup on my hand. And I think I'm going to go in with this more grey brown over here. And keep that in the crease and a bit above the crease area, so in the top of the crease. And I'm just lightly dipping into it because I don't want crazy pigment. I want to layer the colors down. Just like that, just so it gives it some depth. And just pull it up a little bit and lift it above the crease. Just like that. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. It's a very soft brush, so you don't get a terrible amount of pigment straight away, but it's nice for building a color up gently. Just like that. I'm going to go in with a more precise brush like this guy over here, but more of a dome shape. I'm just going to dust off any previous product, and I'm going to go into the grey colour over here that was just next to that brown. I'm just going to put this in the eye socket, basically, and not bringing it all the way into the corner of the eye, the inner corner, and then obviously blending it on the outer edge of the eye. And then once we put that colour down, we're just going to buff it up, which I like to tilt my head back and then just look up into the mirror, just to make sure you've got rid of any harsh line, just like that. And do the same thing on the other eye. Just like that. I'm just going to take my blender and just wipe out any fallout away and clean up that edge, just like that. Now, I think we're going to go into this nice champagne shimmer over here. It's a very subtle shimmer right here. And I'm going to put that on the lid of my eyes. Brush and pick up that shade, and of course wet my brush as I always do, and just pop this on the eyelid all over. It's almost like a satin shade. Not too crazy shimmer. And I'm just going to pop it in the inner corner as well of the, just like that, just so it gives it a nice shimmer to the look. So it's not all matte. I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. So pick up that product. Just going to take what's left on the brush and just highlight under the brow bone, just very gently. I'm just going to take my big fluffy brush and just make sure it's all blended in. I'm going to take a fluffy flat brush over here and I'm going to go into that grey brown shade and just smoke out the lower lash line. Just like that. I'm going to do the other. Just like that. And that's just a nice grey, cool tone brown eye look. Nothing too crazy. And then we're just going to pop on our mascara. Actually, before we put on mascara, let's just spray our face with setting spray. He did pick up the snail oil setting spray that I've been loving. This guy over here, and let's just spritz the skin quickly. Just a light little spritz of setting spray, and while that's drying we're going to pop on the mascara. And he picked up the Essence Lash Extension Mascara with fibers. I have noticed this mascara, I wore it yesterday and it's kind of irritating my eyes a little bit. I think the fibers are going in my eyes. I do have sensitive eyes, so just keep that in mind. I love this mascara, and you'll get a plop of fibers every now and then. While that's drying, let's just pop on mascara and then we can clean up that. I do find this mascara also dries a lot quicker than any of the others. But as you can tell from the way it fell on my face, it kind of crumbles. You don't really see any fallout on your face, but it does crumble, I find, into my eyes throughout the day. Let's grab this guy here and just I'll be right back. Let me just clean up this mess on my cheeks again. Put a light layer of mascara on, and then for a final thing, he picked up the liquid lacquer matte, the Mark 1 from Avon, this guy right here. So I'm just going to pop this on the lips. And with this lipstick, I like to kind of put it on and then tap it away because it literally cancels out my lips, but that's what he picked out, so that's that. So for my final thoughts, I'm not mad at what he picked out. I used to absolutely love that Essence mascara, but I'm not sure if it's drying out, although it is fairly new. It's not, I don't even think it's a month old, or yeah, I think it's like a month old or just on a month old, so it shouldn't be drying out. I don't use it enough for it to be opened and closed enough for it to dry out. Everything else that he picked up is absolutely awesome. I'm glad I got to play with my Jaclyn Hill X Morphe, her first palette again. I did get it, and when I get a really expensive eyeshadow palette, I like to use it once and then put it away, once or twice and put it away, because I kind of want to savor it. So it was really fun to play with it again. So this is the look I created using only the products Aidan picked out. I'm not mad at it. It's a nice neutral look, but more to a cool neutral charcoal brown look, and I really love this eye look. I'm glad I did this look again. It matches my clothes. It actually matches the weather outside today, so that was real fun. Anyway guys, that's all for this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. If you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, just hit the subscribe button and just give this video a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. But that's that for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.